Planning a trip to France? Hold on. Before you pack your bags, here are 5 things you should avoid doing. Whether you're a seasoned globetrotter or a first-time traveler, knowing the do's and don'ts can be the difference between a dream vacation and a travel nightmare. In this video, we'll share 5 faux pas to avoid when in France. From dining etiquette to conversation topics, we've got you covered. So, grab a croissant and a café au lait, and let's dive into the first thing you should avoid doing in France. Firstly, avoid over-tipping. Yes, you heard it right. France, the land of delectable cuisine and world-renowned wine, has a different approach to tipping than you might expect. Unlike in many other countries, service charge is typically included in your bill. This is due to a French law that requires a 15% service comprise or service charge to be included in the price of food and drinks. Over-tipping, therefore, can be seen as unnecessary or even excessive. It might even raise eyebrows, as it's not the norm. That being said, if you've had exceptional service, leaving a small extra tip is appreciated. A couple of euros for a meal or a few cents for a coffee is considered polite. So, when you're savoring that exquisite croissant at a Parisian café or indulging in a hearty bouillabaisse in Marseille, remember that tipping is more about showing appreciation than an obligation. Remember, in France, less is more when it comes to tipping. Secondly, don't ignore the local language. Now, you might be thinking, I don't speak French, why should I bother? But let's delve a little deeper into why it's important not just to rely on your English when treading on French soil. Language is more than just a tool for communication. It's a reflection of a nation's culture, its history, and its people. In France, the French language is held in high esteem, cherished as a symbol of national pride. So when you make an effort to speak even a smattering of French, it's seen as a sign of respect towards their culture and heritage. Sure, it can be daunting to try and converse in a language you're not fluent in, but remember, it's not about perfecting the accent or getting the grammar spot on. It's about the attempt, the gesture. Even the simplest of phrases like bonjour for hello, merci for thank you, and excusez-moi for excuse me can make a world of difference. Speaking their language, no matter how broken or accented, can change your interactions with the locals. It can turn a cold shoulder into a warm smile, a dismissive glance into a helpful hand. It opens doors to more authentic experiences, deeper connections, and a richer travel experience. So brush up on your bonjour and merci, it goes a long way. Thirdly, don't be too casual. Now you might be wondering, what's wrong with being casual? Well, in France, it's all about the savoir-vivre and knowing how to live. The French take pride in their formalities and etiquette, and this is evident everywhere, but especially in restaurants and shops. Imagine walking into a boutique and browsing without acknowledging the shopkeeper. In some places, this might be acceptable, but in France, it's considered disrespectful. A simple bonjour madame or bonjour monsieur will go a long way. Such small acts of politeness are an integral part of French culture and are appreciated by the locals. Now let's talk about dining out. In many parts of the world, it's common to order food to go. However, in France, eating is an experience to be savored, not rushed. Walking while eating or drinking coffee is seen as a serious faux pas. So when you're in France, take your time, sit down and enjoy your meal. And finally, remember to say merci or au revoir when leaving a shop or restaurant. It's not just about being polite, it's about respecting the culture and the people. So the next time you find yourself in France, remember to keep it formal. After all, as the saying goes, when in France, do as the French do, keep it formal. Fourth on our list, never rush your meals. France is globally renowned for its food and drink, and the dining culture here is a cherished tradition, a celebration of life itself. For the French, meals aren't just about sustenance, they are about the pleasure of taste, the joy of sharing, and the art of conversation. Savoring your meal, therefore, becomes an essential part of the French dining experience. The French take their time with food, allowing themselves to truly enjoy each morsel, each sip. They view dining as an experience to be relished, not a task to be rushed through. So when you find yourself at a French dining table, be it a bustling Parisian bistro or a quaint countryside cafe, remember to slow down. Don't rush through your croissant and café au lait. Take your time, enjoy the flavors, engage in conversation, and soak in the ambiance. And it's not just about the food, it's about the people, the conversations, the laughter, the shared experiences. It's about the art of living, something the French have mastered. You see, rushing through your meal in France is more than just a faux pas. It's a missed opportunity to truly experience the French way of life. So remember, when in France, slow down, enjoy your meal, and savor the moment. In France, mealtime is a delightful experience. Savor it. Lastly, avoid discussing money. It may seem strange, especially in an age where financial literacy is championed, but in France, discussing money, particularly personal finances, is often viewed as impolite. It's an unspoken rule, a cultural nuance that you might not be aware of unless someone tells you. The French value their privacy, and this extends to their monetary matters as well. So if you find yourself in a casual conversation at a French bistro or in the middle of a lively dinner party, steer clear of asking about salaries, the cost of their beautiful French home, or how much they paid for that exquisite bottle of wine. It's not about being secretive, it's about respecting boundaries. Instead, focus on the beauty of your surroundings, the taste of your food, or the charm of the French language. Money matters are best left for private conversations with close friends or family. Talking about money is a big no-no. Keep the conversation light and enjoyable. Well, that wraps up our list of things to avoid doing while in France. We've delved into 5 key areas that could turn your French vacation into a faux pas if not handled appropriately. Remember, dodging over-tipping isn't being parsimonious, it's simply respecting the local wage system. Embrace the French language, even if it's just a few phrases. It's a bridge to the heart of the French culture. Don't treat France like a beach holiday, dress appropriately and respect the environment you're in. Relish your meals, savor every bite, and remember, dining in France is an experience, not a race. Lastly, keep your money matters private. Discussions about wealth and income can be seen as a bit gauche. The charm of France lies in its nuanced customs and traditions. Remember, when you respect the local customs and traditions, your trip to France will be a lot more enjoyable and memorable. Happy travels!